White self-deprecation only supports white supremacy. Now, for those who are not sure what self-deprecation means, self-deprecation is when you try to minimize yourself, right? Try to make yourself less important to make other people feel good. Question, who in their right mind would do something like that? Huh? Who in their right mind would ask somebody to do something like that? But I'm telling you now, it may not be happening in your part of the country, but across the country, there are schools and school districts where white people are attempting to make themselves smaller so black and brown people can feel better about themselves. That is a ridiculous idea, and that's the worst thing, and it's offensive to a person like me, right? Because really what it's saying is it's supporting feelings of white supremacy. I'll give you an example. Anybody saw this thing that Coca-Cola was doing? Coca-Cola is attempting to create equity in in their company, right? By training employees to be less white. This is the most preposterous thing I have ever heard in my life. But this is a real thing. Somebody is going around training white people on how to be less white. If I was a white person, I'd be highly offended right now. Highly offended. What do you mean be less white? Right? What do you mean? I'll give you another example. We have a school district that we work with. I hate to say it because we had to speak to them about this. A school district further on the West Coast, Midwest West Coast. Statewide, their Department of Education decided that in order to help, create equity, if you will, right? This is their idea. They're going to capitalize the B in black and the A's in African American, and they're going to lowercase the W in white. Yes! I'm sorry. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is their plan. Statewide. They say in all of our documentation, right, in all of our communication, we're going to make sure that the B in black is capital, the A's in African American are capital, but when we refer to white people, we're gonna lowercase the W. Ladies and gentlemen, how ridiculous is that? First and foremost, I'm an educator and I'm educated. I used to teach English and language arts. Any language arts teachers out there? There you go. Hold on. When you use B in black and A in African American, yes, and the W in white, that's called a proper noun, right? So yes, it should be capitalized across the board for the sake of our language, right? And the idea that, you know what, if we make the W lowercase, maybe that'll make the black and brown people feel better about themselves. Get out of here. But people think this is a good idea. People think this is a good idea because ultimately their attempt to create equity and equality in our country is this. Hey, white people, lower yourselves, deprecate yourselves, lower yourselves, minimize who you are as a white person so that the black and brown people can feel better. What they're really saying is this: white people, you are here. The colored people are down here, right? Again, I'm gonna tell you, this is what it's saying. A lot of people are not gonna say this to you, especially black people are not gonna say, I'm saying it right here because you'll never hear it again. White self-deprecation supports white supremacy because what it's really saying is this: white people are here, colored people are here. White people, let's create equity in this country. Lower yourselves. Be less of yourself. Be down here with those colored people. So what does that support, ladies and gentlemen? White supremacy. The idea that white people are ultimately supreme, and now we're going to minimize ourselves. Okay? So be careful in your school district. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the perspective from a national lens. But be careful about the conversations that are being had in your school when it comes to race. And I'm telling you, my white brothers and sisters out here, you don't have to, I'm telling you, as a black man, you do not have to minimize yourself to make us feel better about ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? If anything, the best, if you really care, if you really want to make things equitable, help us see our greatness. Help raise us up to the standard. But you don't lower yourself. No right-thinking person would ever do so.